Yo, what's going on, guys? John Spirit Collectibles. Thanks for joining in. Let's wait till we get a few more people in. Well, before we really get started, but I'd love to hear from you guys some of the things you want to talk about. This should be on the community chat and also the storage chat as well. So I hope that's true, guys. Check that out. If you can, if someone can let me know if you see this on the featured shows on the community or storage, that'd be awesome. But in any case, we have some great giveaways here, sponsored by Whatnot, guys. We have Whatnot socks in black and also white. So I guess I showed the first one can be for, I don't know, it's black, I guess, and then there's the white ones. They got some nice merch, guys, nice merch. But I guess for those that are in here, let's hope for you guys, let's hope that the chat stays, low numbers like this, because you got like a 50% chance of winning right now. But hope you guys are having a good. Oh, thanks, Guru. Under followed host. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks for coming in, Guru. Guru, introduced me to the world of license plates. How's the sound and the video quality, guys? Other than me looking like exhausted, how's the sound? I'll make sure you guys can hear me okay. That's probably the most important thing here when we're talking today. But getting the giveaway, guys. I was gonna put some sock pictures in the thumbnail. I need to always have my water. Always have water with you. What else are things that you have to have with you while you stream? Water's got to be at the top of the list. Jumpy in the video. Oh, interesting. That's not good. Anyone else hear the jumpiness that Guru hears? Like it's like maybe intermittent internet kind of thing. Let me go do something too. Wait till you guys see my setup. It's so oh good. All right. Thanks, JC Dino. It could just be your internet, Guru. I'm not sure, but thanks for letting me know anyway. I'd love to still know what's going on. Hey, thank you, Flower. There we go. We needed that one. Flower Child Finds. Thank you. How did you end up rating? All right. Thank you. What were you selling, Flower Child? Appreciate it, guys. This is a good. Yeah, guys, check out Flower Child. We're giving away socks. You guys, the few people that are here right now are lucky because we're giving away Whatnot socks. Let's talk about Flower Child Finds. Let's look at Flower Child Finds profile. So Flower Child Finds with a Z. I'm a lover. Oh my God, I need glasses. I'm a lover of items that have stood the test of time, and I have an eccentric, curated eye for the unique retro vintage style as well as the classic. What a great profile that is. And she's a 5-star seller. And let's see, any shows coming up? Yes, today at 3:43, guys. Check her out. Flower Hour Mixed Tings Monday, I guess, or Mon. Oh wait, I'm gonna read it the right way. Flower Hour Mixed Tings Mon. There we go. Got it. Was that better, Flower Child? Yeah. Hold on. Right near the beach. Hope is that am I like culture appropriating or whatever people say? Thank you, Flower Child Finds. I love it. Thank you. Love and happiness. Let's play some. Should we play some Bob Marley from the late '60s for Flower Child here, or should we play some Ziggy and Steven? Hold on. My favorite Bob Marley is like from like the late '60s. A happiness chat show. What sounds good? What's a love and happiness show? Like Al Green, Love and Happiness. Hold on. Love and happiness. Bob Marley. Hold on. The early stuff is the best. 1967. Which song though? Songs. All right. Are we good right now? Flower Child, thanks again for coming in, and that raid is really helpful. I appreciate it. I'm assuming you like Bob Marley. I like Bob Marley when they're covering the Beatles. A lot of people don't realize that. 41 seconds till you get your. This is like, but they had like one microphone they were sitting around, so it wasn't really the best quality. Simmer down. How about this one? The Wailing Wailers. It's like a little ska kind of thing. Yeah, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I always start my show off with that song. Oh, great, Tammy. Me too. It was a positively amazing, beautiful chat show. All right, love that. Thank you, Flower. You've made this so far amazingly beautiful by rating me. Thank you. And my phone keeps giving out. Maybe that's why it is choppy. Hold on. But thank you, guys. D&E, thanks for coming in. One of the OG sellers on here. Big in the action figure world and toys and collectibles. And here comes the givey for the socks. Refined. That's the find again. Refined. Or it's like, oh, it's a play on words, right? Like it's refined, but you also refound it. Maybe. Refined. I guess they'll give you the option. Do you want white or black socks? Why does this keep doing this? Sorry, keeps popping out. I haven't got to know. Oh, thank you, Jen's Multiverse. Thanks for coming in. I think you're talking about. I'm not sure about me, but thanks for coming in. Jen's Multiverse does this the seller Q and A's, right? Jen's Multiverse is a big channel here, from what I if I know that name. What? Oh, Black, you got to refine, guys. If you don't know me, I'm John Springer Collectibles. I've been on here since there was 6 channels. Back in my day, we used to have to walk to school both ways uphill. There was 6 channels. You wouldn't even believe it. It doesn't make sense. Oh, there's a squirrel outside. Hey, buddy. Um, Wait till you guys see my setup. Hold on. This is one of the things we'll talk about. Is you don't need a fancy setup. I've done this before. And Jen Multiverse, do you have a show coming up? Let's see. Does she have a seller Q and A? Also, I think you're part of the group that we're in, like this seller community thing. So she's a 5-star seller, guys. A lot of followers. And today at 4 o'clock, Disney Anna, is that how you pronounce it? Disney Anna? Mystery boxes, Loungefly. I keep hearing about Loungefly. I didn't know nothing about Loungefly until I looked on Whatnot. Loungefly seems big. She has 2 shows today. Get the fuck out. 8:10 p.m. also amazing, and 128 bookmarks. So you should probably bookmark Jen's stuff and see what she's got going on. And there's a seller community chat show group. Sort of. I shouldn't say it like that. It's there was how do you explain that, Jen? There was they selected, they're trying something out where they kind of sponsor things like by doing these giveaways like socks, and they got like a dozen sellers to come on and do this and put them in 2 categories. And then thankfully I was also recommended by someone in the group. So I guess it's like a small thing where they're helping out. It's not like an official thing. Does that make sense? Whatnot giving people socks and yeah, I guess you could say that. Reselling always my guy, but sometimes he likes to get, he's too real when keeping it real gets real. But let's do another giveaway before I lose everybody. Hold on. But we have a lot of good stuff to talk about, guys. I've done 22 of these shows. I started doing these seller Q&A shows like over a year ago, I think. There we go. It's the best. Okay, a seller community support group. There. My name is John, and I am a whatnot holic. And that's why I couldn't. That's why I played that Chili Pepper song. I forgot to say that in the beginning. I always play that Chili Pepper song because the opening part is "Can't Stop Addicted to the Shindig." There we go. And before that, I was doing all the GI Joe shows. Here's my chair. I'm at home. I have to watch my girls today, and I sternly told them to not bother me, although they wanted to be in it. This is my chair I'm sitting on, so I might have to stand up. Usually I stand, but I couldn't find a good spot with good lighting. And I always like to say, like, you can stream on a budget. Like, I just have like the window here, so I have good natural light coming in. It is, yeah, it's a cute chair. I'm lucky it's not breaking. Is it giveaways up? So natural light is important. We talk about lighting. Like you don't need a big fancy setup. It's nice to have good lighting, but you just have to be able to show exactly, JC. You know, I get distracted by chat too much because you got to answer chats. You just have to be able to show the product in its really well. So a good like ring light works. Natural lighting is the best because then they know exactly what they're getting. Pretty much. I used to be in the photography world, so you want that natural light, not that tungsten, not the yellow kind of light. These are the stickers they gave me also to give away. So we can do these as well. But yeah, I think lighting is huge. I think people underestimate how important lighting is. And it's always cringy to me when I see somebody when they're streaming and they have the light going the wrong way. And the light is like they're shadowing themselves or they're shadowing the product. I think that's a big mistake they don't realize they're making. So there's really, really simple ways to light your product. I usually am not on camera. I prefer not to be on. I'd rather, for what I sell, pretty much, I'd rather just be everyone look at the product. You know what I mean? Or we see mostly ceiling. That's a good point, Sunflower Acres. If they're not framing it correctly either, that's a big deal too. So I started off here on sports cards, and the sports card world, everything is zoomed in exactly to the sport, to the card. You have to see exactly the condition. So when I came on here at Springer Cards, we were doing breaks, selling sports memorabilia, and we just zoomed in every detail. Which, by the way, I love the zoom feature. I don't think I can use it on the back camera. Oh, I can. Look at that. Wow. Nice to have a photography background. Yeah. So actually, I stream out of a photography studio. I should probably have better lighting. Not here today, but my friend is a photographer. So we were doing sports memorabilia, sports cards. So I took that and into the action figure world where I kind of did the same thing. I would put the tripod like right up on the Joes like that. I mean, that's like good detail because the Joe guys and all collectors, they need to see the details. Like something like that little elbow crack right there, that's a big deal to a GI Joe collector. And if you don't know that, and if you're not zooming in, they're not going to have confidence in their bidding. If they see there's no crack, they can't see it from all the way back here. I call it the Clorets effect. I take a Clorets. Hello, my little babushka. if you're a Gen Xer, you know that commercial. But you have to zoom in on your product and use the zoom. If you, and I think it might just be for iPhones. I'm not sure, but the zoom is huge. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's how you get the details so they know what they're buying. And that way you have happy customers that aren't like, I didn't know what I was getting. And then they're pissed off and they leave you a bad review. Jen's Multiverses, I started on the app with Pokemon cards. There we go. Showing face wasn't a thing back in heydays. Yeah, Pokemon definitely don't need to show the face. There wasn't OBS either. I guess it wasn't as easy to use. I think a lot of the Pokemon people and the breakers are like strictly using OBS now, which is good because you have to, for breaks, you have to be able to see the hands and everything that's going on, because there's like charlatans and scumbags out there that have done bad things on the app that have affected honest sellers like myself and the Toy Man, where they've done these terrible. If you guys have seen some of these horrible things they've done, so you have to have two cameras on. When we first came on, my buddy who's been in the sports card world for a while was like, how do they not, we have to have two cameras. You can't trust any of these breakers without two cameras. So what Jen's saying about that is, not being on camera, you don't need to be on camera really, but it's all about the product. And something like Pokemon, you got to show the backs of the cards, you got to show the fronts, because they need to see the condition. Condition's everything when it comes to collectibles, especially trading cards, because you get into grading and things like that, and one little nick, one little white line or whatever it is, or crease, changes the entire value. So you have to have confidence in what you're selling, like telling them what the condition is, but the buyers, more importantly, need to have confidence in what they're buying from you. So that's why lighting and zooming in is so important. So that was a quick off the cuff topic that I think is majorly underrated on here. Like you can't have confidence buying something. How many have you guys bought anything on the app where you're like, that looks really good, and then like maybe shoes or something like that, and then you get it and it's awful because they just didn't show it enough. They didn't show enough angles on it. Here comes the winner of the socks. Where'd my music go? And Jen's Multiverse wins the socks. Congrats to Jen Multiverse. Did you get these to give out too? Do you have a show coming up? Did you want the black or the white? These socks are awesome, by the way. They're like really good quality. You gave them all away. There you go. Now you get to keep your own. Black, you got it. Black for Jen. Thanks, Jen's Multiverse. Guys, please follow Jen's Multiverse. I do remember now dipping in, coming into one of your chats when you were talking about the rewards program, which I have not. I know I haven't. That's kind of ridiculous. I haven't done that yet. So this is early rewards, and I remember asking questions about rewards, and she was really helpful with that. So make sure you check out Jen's Multiverse. She wouldn't be doing those seller Q&As if she wasn't a helpful, honest seller on the app. Just like D Archivist, guys, check out D underscore Archivist. She is awesome. I think she's trying to go for like 365 shows in a row or something like that. When you share a camera with your product, there's a high chance of missing a call out on an item. When you share, how do you mean share a product? Okay. Yeah, exactly. Jen, I can't. She's amazing, and she's just really generous with her time too. Because I know she does a lot of things that are very selfless. She's like just goes online and she plays like games and just talks. Let's do another pair of socks, guys. And congrats to Jen's Multiverse. But yeah, condition is so important. Showing the product, like the reviews are so. I take the reviews very seriously. So I do everything in my power to make sure that what I'm selling is clear to the buyers. They understand what they're getting. Sometimes I over explain it because I don't want anyone to get it and say, what is this that you sent me? And they're mad and they give me a bad review. Like that is so important depending on what you guys are selling. Action figures was, so GI Joe was the thing that I was selling the most of in when I switched from sports cards. So I had to learn quickly like what collectors look for. So you need to know those kind of things that they're going to be upset about if they get it and it's in bad condition. So always, the lighting is huge. Using the zoom feature, like I said, like look at this again. If you can't use the zoom feature, I feel for you, because the zoom is everything during a stream. Have you guys gotten anything? Is anyone in chat? I don't know how many sellers versus buyers are in here, but no zoom on Android yet. That's a shame. I know they're working on that. It's been a while, but they got to get that going. I think the zoom is huge. But as a buyer, you can use zoom too, and a lot of people don't realize that. No wheel on Android. Well, it's an iPhone world, man. I guess it's an iPhone world. Are you? Do you have an Zoom, or what's it? You just hold it closer. Yeah, there you go. You just flash. That's true. Sunflower's right. Just zoom it in closer. Move the camera closer. That's the most practical tip that you can give. As a backup tripod, if you want to get really low down or you can't find your tripod, I always tell people you could use a 3-inch roll of packing tape. Has saved me from not having a tripod or from having a broken tripod. And I always talk about how you can stream anywhere. You can make it work. Like right now, I'm streaming from my basement, like in my kids' play area. in front of a window. One time when I always tell this story that Whatnot was really nice to send me to New York Comic Con 2022, and I took the train, and I said, you know, what, I'm going to try to stream from the train and sell on the train, and I did that. The internet was bad, but it worked, and I did it. I used like the back of my seat, like the tray table, to kind of set everything up. So it was pretty cool. Jen says, I have an Android and it's annoying with Whatnot, but not annoying enough that I would trade it in for an iPhone. There you go. I mean, I guess you could also use if you could get an iPad, right? You can stream from an iPad. One thing that I haven't done yet is using OBS, because then reselling you could have more freedom by using OBS to do things like wheels and other types of things. But thank you, Simply Smarter Shopping. That's worked for me a lot. I used to actually do it on purpose sometimes because with the Joes, I wanted to get right up in there. I like to be eye level with the product if I can, especially when it comes to like action figures and cards. With the other stuff, when you're doing like lots of things, and you're walking around a warehouse or you're walking around a storage unit, you don't have that luxury necessarily. It is good to have a nice tripod, which is my phone's on right now, with like a gooseneck that you can take around. That's lightweight, so you can kind of maneuver that around as you need it, depending on the product. I think that's important too, because if people can't see the product, I mean, what are you buying at that point? You're not going to get the price that you want for it if people don't have confidence what they're buying. The Guru of Garbage says, when I lived in the New York, the train system installed Wi-Fi in the stations. Yeah, maybe I missed out on that one. It's definitely annoying, but not enough to switch the entire cell phone. Yeah, I guess it would be. I know they're hiring. If you look, like they're definitely hiring Android developers all the time. So I'm sure they're putting a lot into that. That's so hard when it comes to the technology side and compute of running a business, especially if this is a technology business. They aren't. You know, that's going to be the toughest thing to keep up with, because they have the desktop, they have, you know, different platforms, and everything keeps changing. So it's understandable. I always roll with the punches reselling. Some things can be annoying. The one thing, and I usually don't gripe, but the one thing I will gripe about is, and maybe Jen and other sellers on here, if you remember, when you take pictures, when you make a listing, you used to be able to control the zoom. Now it's just like a fixed, well, not now, it's been like a year and a half. It's a fixed lens, wide lens, and I hate it. Like, I can't take pictures like that with a fixed wide lens. Not complaining, just explaining that that's one thing I wish they would fix, because they had it fixed. They had it perfectly. Shouldn't take years to add zoom features. I hear you reselling. I don't know why that is. I mean, here's the way I look at it though. Hold on. I look at any feature that they add though is like a bonus. Like, coming from being on this app really early, seeing what it was to what it is now and all the new features, they, to me, they exceeded like a million expectations for me. So, you know, I like the photo feature either, like control my zoom. Yeah, I don't understand that one, Simply Smarter. That's the one that really gets to me, because they had it perfect at one point. Like, I used to, when I would do my listings, I would use the camera. I would use the app to do my listings, because some, if you know, if you have time to do that, and I would take amazing pictures like that. Simply Smarter shopping. Congratulations. Black or white for Simply Smarter. I don't like that. Should be a square mode. I mean, the thing is, they used to have the zoom, so I don't know why you can't change it. But yeah, square mode's a good idea. Black for Simply. You got it. All right, Simply gets the socks. We still have some more socks left. That was really cool though, wasn't it, Jen? They sent the socks. I love these little things. Last time we had the little wind-ups, like any kind of Whatnot merch, or what do they call it? Whatnot swag, not swag. You don't mix up the two. I don't think swag exists anymore, though, does it? Does swag even exist now? I think it's probably gone. It's like no emojis on Samsung. Oh man, I don't like the photo feature. Okay, not that I've seen swag. I haven't seen swag since 1999, probably something like that. But anyway, I'm also missing out on all this other stuff people do with all these apothecaries or whatever they're doing. Hold on. These, like, what do they call them? Not apothecaries. You know what I mean. There's dispensaries. That's it. Apothecaries, I think, works, doesn't it? Tim DeBuyer, welcome. The Toy Man. Dispensaries. Yeah, dispensary doesn't sound very fun though, does it? I don't think they are interested in rolling out updates across the app. They are moving too fast. Too many Android updates to go back. Potato, potato. Exactly. Yeah. The place where people get candy that makes them feel happy. Potato, 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 potato. All right, let me listen to different music. We got another giveaway of socks. So, you know what's interesting here? I was supposed to put this in the thing. I'm going to change this. I want to put this in the show notes. One thing I noticed recently, this is new, because I talk about a lot of the same stuff, because it's important. You got to talk about the same stuff over and over again. But here's something new that's kind of off the beat. Is Do you guys know about Rakuten? Like where you buy stuff and they just give you money if you turn on the Rakuten thing. Well, I noticed that Whatnot is now connected with Rakuten. Rakuten, am I saying that right? It used to be called like something else, but Rakuten here. Can you guys see this? See that R up there? So that way, I don't know if it I think it also works for your phone, hopefully too. But you activate this. Look at this. You get 2% cash back, actual cash. So I'm gonna put my little referral thing. I used to use that all the time, Rakuten, especially my old business. Um, Never heard of it? Oh my god, it's amazing. So like, there's a lot of apps out there, but this is one of the OG ones. They literally send you a check. Like it's totally legit. I know when you talk about this kind of stuff, it sounds, ridiculous. But Rakuten, look them up. You'll see, and I'll put my link in there because then we both get hooked up. But you literally, if you're buying something on the internet, and I didn't expect Whatnot to have it, like anything, if you go to staples.com, whatever, eBay, you'll get 1%, 2%, you get like 15, 20% back, and they literally will give you the cash. So that is highly recommended for buyers. Hold on, Word. Let me find my document on that one. Whatnot. I'm going to update the show notes so you guys have the link to go there. But like, there's all sorts of things like that. Like, I was getting gas yesterday, and I used this thing called like Upstart, and like Shell was the only gas station around. So I clicked my Upstart, and you automatically get 10 cents off your per gallon. So I've already cashed out on it. So those kind of things exist. They're legit. I'm gonna put in my notes right now. There's a bunch of things like that. So I think Rakuten though to me is like the best one because you're buying this stuff anyway. So why not make money off of it? And hold on. When I saw that, I was shocked because if people spend a lot of money on Whatnot, 2% means a lot. When you're spending thousands of dollars, maybe you're in breaks. That's no, yeah. Retail me not's good too, but I don't know if they give actual money back though. Let me go on my show. Hold on one second. I love that they have the desktop app here too, by the way. So I'm gonna update my sell. I think I'd update my seller notes here real quick. All right. So usually I talk a lot about shipping. I talk about engaging with chat. I think that's huge. If you're not engaging with chat, you definitely need to do that. I never understand sellers that aren't looking at the chats or responding. I think every chat should be answered. Hold on one second. So I updated the notes. So I think my link is in there. Check it out, guys. I'm telling you, it's well worth it. This is not like BS. Like I think you should be saving on this. Even if you didn't use my link, you should be using Rakuten in your everyday purchases. Even if you don't buy from Whatnot, you should be using Rakuten and just get free money. And you can be like a hero to your wife or your husband when you pull out that check and be like, they look at the credit card bill and they're upset, but then you can show them that little check you get every like other month. If the seller isn't paying attention to chat, I don't stay long. Interesting, Jen. Yeah. Um, I don't know how you don't pay attention to chat. And I always give this obvious analogy where I treat it as a real store where I have people in the store, and especially with a smaller show, you can do that. I understand some of these sellers that have 400 people, 100, hundreds of people in their stream. It's like impossible. That's why you need mods. But if I'm in a more of a smaller show and I have like 10 people in my show, 15 people, if I don't answer those chats, like what am I doing? Like that's literally someone going into your brick and mortar, coming to your store, and you're not greeting them, you're not helping them, asking what they're looking for. Hey, what do you collect? Is what I would say when they come into my shows, and you're just ignoring them. You're going to lose a customer. It makes no sense. Can I help you find anything? And yeah, that can be annoying, if you're at a closed store. But this is a specialized niche where if I'm selling GI Joes, I can be like, yeah, you can talk exactly. I know exactly what other store do you have where you know exactly what the person collects. Maybe by their name too. Their screen name I think is one of the best things. I love when someone puts what they collect in their screen name or something funny. And I can talk about that. First Blood. We can make Rambo references. The person that says FUK, maybe we won't talk about that one. Let's see who else comes in. JC Dino. Well, I know he does Transformers, but also it's nice if you can remember what people buy from you and collect, and you greet them when they come in. First Blood takes it down. I wish I had First Blood references. I'm not. That's not. I never really was a big Rambo guy. I don't know why. I was more what we say. Not Rocky Four. I like Rocky Four First Blood. Congrats. Oh, which pair do you want? Hearts on fire. We got the black or the white. Is black is white. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Remember that? That was a good video. Black. All right. Nobody likes the other ones. And then that was yeah. All right. Let's get to. I love having music on too. When I first got on here, I wasn't big on the music because I was like I didn't understand. Like it was all trap music and all the sports card streams. But then I realized you have to have. I feel like something in the background is nice to have, at least for me. So maybe some other people know. The only thing is my stuff's connected to YouTube. So right now this is simulcasting to YouTube, which I highly recommend too, especially if you have a good YouTube channel. Which um, how could you not simulcast? And if you don't know, it's the easiest thing in the world to do. Also, so make sure that's active. So right now it should be live on YouTube. You expose your YouTube channel to more people, and then hopefully you can get people to sign up on Whatnot. So it works both ways. A reworker's passion says I'm from Philly, definitely a Rocky fan. Yes. Hold on one second. We did a nice kit bash the other night for a Rocky figure for the GI Joe guys. I'm making a video on that one soon. If there's any GI Joe guys in here, I accidentally started selling action figures on here, like start selling my own stuff. So when I started, Whatnot only had like 6 categories, and this is kind of embarrassing, but I remember them putting like "coming soon" Disney or "coming soon" whatever, and I was like, "Oh, Whatnot, what are you doing? That's no one's gonna care about that." I had no idea that like the big picture, and I was like, "I don't know about that." Records, I don't know about that. And they started coming out with new categories, and I was like, "I don't even know how many categories, 200." But I also didn't understand. I'm not a collector. I didn't understand the different fandoms and Facebook groups, and I learned all that very fast and picked up lingo in all sorts of different categories. Also, I expanded my horizons. I wasn't scared to get into other categories. I'm also not scared to tell people when I don't know what I'm talking about and get help from chat. So don't feel like if you're in a, you know, if you have some Pokemon cards, ask for help. People love helping, especially when it's something they collect. It's not a Facebook post where everybody makes fun of you for asking questions about their collectibles and trying to act whatever they act. I think the collectors that I've run into have been nothing but helpful. So when it comes to GI Joe, this is the stuff I played with in the '80s as a kid. So I had like a baseline for what I was selling, but they know all like the things that you need to look for as a collector, and I started to learn those very fast. So whatever it is you're selling, it's definitely important to have knowledge about it, but at the same time, you can be honest and say you don't know everything, and you'll keep learning from chat, which I call the "I learned it by watching you." All right, way of doing things. I learned it by watching you. All right. Let's see. I've done Yu-Gi-Oh shows and don't. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh makes my brain hurt. Much about the new stuff, but the chat is super helpful. Exactly, like Jen said. Um, I knew nothing about Pokemon. And it's like it's kind of I'm 46, so it's kind of annoying to like learn that stuff in a way. But once you do, it all starts to connect because like the first guy was teaching me about it was like, yeah, you got to look for the different what was it called? I don't even know what it's called now. The elements. But anyway, yeah. So chat's always helpful. They love talking about what they collect, right? So why not talk about what they collect? That's what they're here for. To buy what they collect, to look for good deals, to connect with other collectors in their fandom. Because chances are they're in within the fandom they like. They don't have a lot of people in their immediate life that understand it, and that's why there's Facebook groups and friends that they have within the communities. Um, am I right about that, Joe? Guys, against Stump, like how many people in your personal life understand your GI Joe collecting? Like, I think it's kind of messed up that people get like the way they not much. They don't understand. Not only that, there's another topic that most people in your life probably don't even know what live selling is, live streaming or whatnot. Never heard of any of this stuff. So that's even crazier for them to understand. Yeah, I'm sitting in this show and this guy who's in Baltimore is talking about selling toys. Like the whole thing is crazy to most people, and they don't realize this is like the next level of selling. Like, this is definitely the next big thing. It's already huge in China, um, but I think live selling is just going to blow up so much more. It's going to become way more mainstream than it is now, and it's going to become the norm, especially with the younger generations growing up on phones and social media and all that stuff. So I'm probably saying obvious things to you guys, but most people I try to explain what I'm doing when I'm selling don't have any idea what I'm talking about, and there's a big disconnect. It's easy to explain. It's like mom and pop. Well, I've said that since the beginning, and then I was happy to hear the CEO said, I'm like, it's like QVC meets eBay, but that still isn't enough. That still doesn't explain to most people, and maybe I'm wrong about this, what it is. Like that you can just pop up anywhere. You can sell that. There's actually like an auction happening. Like I was telling someone about the auction the other day. Like, oh, so you like get up in front of it there and you say like going once, going twice, sold. I'm like, no, 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 not like that kind of auction. Which is totally logical thing for someone to ask. So, but eBay meets QVC is a good way to put it, depending on what your audience is. Obviously, if you're talking to like someone, a Gen Z, you could probably explain it in in like 2 words, and they probably already know about it. But anyone who's over like, I don't know, maybe my generation, like Gen X, maybe even some millennials, like, or wouldn't have any idea what you're talking about. But this app's incredible, and I thought so since the beginning. It's just it's addictive. It's such a good opportunity too for sellers. I never understand brick and mortar owners that don't go on this app. Like they're like missing out like no other. Like their sales would go through the roof if they would sell on here. So showed a lot of adults about Whatnot. They see the screaming and say no thanks. It's all about which category they're reselling. You know, the categories are everything because you can go into different categories. I imagine like and it's a totally different vibe. It all depends on where you're going, right? Um, try showing them the non-screamer shows. Right, that's a simple, fix there by Jen. I agree. Here comes the next winner of the socks. But there's some great streams in here that are totally chill. Tiggs, I usually ask what you collect, but I'm doing socks today. And I don't have that many socks. I wish I had more socks to give away. White or black socks? I feel like where are my white socks? I don't think anyone took any. Maybe I only have one pair. Tiggs, white or black socks? You won. You're the big winner, Mikey. Try to keep me on topic though, reselling. How many topics have I've probably bounced from 30 topics already. I got to slow down. I watch other seller Q&As and they're like just talking. They're more chill and they're just like, I don't know why I'm like this. I'm like, I just keep going. I look at the chat, but it's just how I am, I guess. Let's see. Try showing them what's it called. That's the beautiful thing about Whatnot. Literally something for everyone. Jen said it perfectly. I've tried to show multiple jewelry store owners the app. They view it as a live flea market. I don't think anything's wrong with that. Black, you got it, Black. I just think there's no. I can't understand what the negatives are in selling. Like some of these stores probably have downtime. A lot of them do. Like brick and mortar stuff, downtime, especially if they're selling something like like comics, for example, or jewelry. Like they're gonna have times where there may not be a customer for an hour, or you can just turn your phone on and sell stuff that's not selling in your store, maybe if that's what you want to do, or choose whatever you want to sell, or put it up passively, and you could probably get another 20 sales in an hour that you probably won't even get in the whole day. It makes no sense. Yeah, exactly. And I look at it like this, Jen. It's like we all have little stores that we could have open 24/7, which a lot of breakers do. A lot of the breakers who are really motivated, they'll make sure that their streams are going 20. They'll have 8-hour shifts, 3-hour, 8-hour shifts. For someone like me, a sole proprietor, like when I'm not, if I only do 3 hours, I'm missing out on so much business. Let's say, so much. So you guys eBay is 24/7, except it's too passive, and you have to keep tickling the algorithm with eBay, or it hates you. Like when I stopped listing on eBay doesn't do me any favors ever. That's just how that you've heard that before, right? I think who did I learn that from? He sells on here now. He's banned from eBay. Shit, something about every day. You know what I'm talking about? His name is oh my god, how can I think of it? Chris. His name's Chris. I'm telling you everything about him, but I can't think of his name. Daily Refinement. Thank you. So Daily Refinement. I remember being blown away. Thank you, Lux, about what he said. This is years ago, and maybe this is obvious to all you resellers, but that a daily listing habit is the key to getting eBay sales. And he's right. Like I've noticed, like when I was listing consistently, I was getting sales for the most ridiculous things. I Then I go through these phases. Like recently, I haven't listed anything, and I've had no traction on my channel whatsoever. And I think using Whatnot Store, I've had great success using Whatnot Store because it's faster. People can find my streams that way, and that's a good passive way also. Besides eBay, I think there's nothing wrong with doing that too. Whatnot's good to move product quick. Yep. You won't always get the prices you get on eBay. Not always. It depends, JC Duna. There's definitely some context there. Yeah, they penalize inactivity. It's awful. Not to mention their fees are disgusting. Like sometimes I don't even understand the fees. At least Whatnot fees are straightforward. eBay's fees, like maybe you have to be an eBay guru to understand all the intricacies of why you get feed harder on certain things than other things. You can do buy it nows on eBay and auctions on eBay. I think some items though you can do better on Whatnot than eBay or comparable at least. And I think I'd rather sell. A lot of resellers would rather sell faster and take less profit and keep moving and use that money to invest in new product and inventory and get new buyers that way and grow than sit on a product for a long time that's not selling because you have to get your exact price for it. Sometimes you just got to let it go. They're so tricky over there, especially when I'm doing consignment, Simply Smarter Shopping. I hate using eBay for consignment because I'm like, wait a minute. Especially if you're doing like ads too, like if you promote the product, it's a mess. eBay is great for certain things. There's no doubt about that. I don't think Whatnot would deny that. But if you want to sell volume and you want to sell kind of more control, and then this is the way to go. There are items that I could never do on here as the type of seller that I am, that I'm not going to get the attention that my eBay would get. Like, I'll give you a good example. Actually, I have these Hogan's Heroes cards. Now they're very rare, and there's a niche collectors that look to complete these Hogan's Heroes sets from 1965 Fleer. If I brought that on here during a storage unit auction, I would be lucky to get like $1 a card for it, maybe. If I list them on eBay, I will get $10 all day per card without even blinking, if not 15 or 20. So there are examples where um, selling on eBay is going to be better. There's no doubt about that. But for the most part, I think Whatnot's got way more pros than that. So I think if you do a combination of both or whatever platform you're already on, you can do that. Did I miss any? I wanted to see if I missed any chats. Hold on. Here's a good one. It says, I have more fun buying. Yeah, Sunflower Acres. It's definitely more fun to as a buyer on Whatnot too. Um, so I hope some of this information is is kind of helping you guys too. I know I'm just more riffing about random stuff, but I'm happy to talk about. If you're a new seller, I'd love to hear kind of your thoughts on selling on here and any feedback that you'd want. I love reading profiles. And if you are a seller and you don't have a profile set up, even a simple one that just says about who you are, what you sell, things like that, like you have to do that. There's no reason not to. And another obvious one is you have to set up shows. Even if you don't know when you're going live, then at least schedule one for like 3 weeks from now or a month from now, and you can always change it because you'd rather someone go to your channel and see that you're an active seller than not. Hold on one second. Whatnot is just early eBay with the dollar auctions. Dollar eBay auctions used to be until people's buying habits changed. Educated auctions. I guess I see what you mean there. I bought so much I had to become a seller. That's so funny, Tiggs. Let's check out Tiggs' profile. So Tiggs has been a reseller for about 2 years. I live in Utah with my husband of 40 years. Wow, congratulations. I love tigers. Oh, nice. All right. See, that's a great profile right there. We know a lot about Jerry now, and Jerry put her name and everything. And a show at 10:16 today with an awesome thumbnail too. Maybe you made that thumbnail. It looks. I don't know if you made that. That doesn't even look like a Canva thumbnail. Maybe you're a good designer. Old books, fishing poles in the storage unit find. So looks like Takes has got a good thing going here. A nice profile going. Let's see. Who else said something? I bought so much. Only the bad sellers do that. Yeah, exactly. Um, good sellers. That you're right about that. It's the bad apples that ruin it for everybody. Jen, it's really frustrating. Art of War, welcome. Art of War, a great seller who has always knowledgeable about reselling and going live, and has some great strategies for new sellers. I can talk about those too. Let's see. That's how a lot of people start selling. Yeah, I actually I admire those that are collectors that can sell in here too, because I'm not a collector. So if you're a collector, let's say GI Joe, you can relate better to the buyers, and maybe it helps you in your personal collection, which is nice that Whatnot has kind of allowed that, where they don't have like full time. Everyone's not a full time seller on here, which I know there's pros and cons to that, but I think people should take advantage of that if they are not a full time seller and it's like a little side thing. You should be doing that. That's why Sapphire Jesus. I love your review, Sapphire Jesus. I'm going to read this two different ways. Oh my God, that's what you look like? Or how about, oh my God, that's what you look like? Or, oh my God. Now, I guess there's more. Now you know. And knowing's half the battle. There's a G.I. Joe reference. Did you talk about the new customer service changes? I did not. See, Art of War knows all this stuff that I don't even pay attention to. I got to rate your profile, JC Dino. Wait, JC Dino's a 5-star seller? How do I not know this? Dino, like Dean Martin, I didn't know that. Or the Flintstones, not short for dinosaur. Okay, I buy, sell, and collect toys and other collectibles. See, I'm already off topic. I mostly have Transformers from all lines, but have GI Joe, Star Wars, Star Trek, and others. And JC Dino needs to get a show plan, but JC Dino is not a full-time seller; he's more of a collector. Great profile, JC Dino. Big changes, good, bad, worth it. Hold on, I want to hear Art of War. Tell me about that. You got to pay attention to what's going on. What not to do a Whatnot talk show, John. Yeah, you're right. I know. I'm the worst. What's going on, Wiz? I love. You know what I want to do? I want to make a new logo, and I was telling like Chat GPT or whatever GPT or whatever AI that I wanted it to look like the early '80s Phillies logo colors and design, but it didn't understand what I meant. So I was trying to like my logo now was made by a Joe Bro, which is amazing. But it's very GI Joey, very GI Joe inspired. So I'm trying to like make it more neutral. And I don't know, I just something about those colors. I'm a Baltimore Orioles fan, but the early Phillies colors, that's where it's at. I think it's a good look. I don't know if that Phillies person's still here. Reselling, you're right. All right, let me hear from Art of War. I'll still be honest about what I know. Let's see. I think a lot of the dealers are afraid to sell here because they don't want to let stuff go. They want top price for everything. Yeah, so I guess it's all the personal situation for them, right, JB Stuff? Like if they don't need to let stuff go, they don't need to move stuff fast, then it makes sense. Then there might be certain things that they'd want to sell in here that would be better on other platforms or live selling, or excuse me, like brick and mortar. Right? That's a good point, JB Stuff. But you know, sometimes you just have to take a smaller profit or even a loss sometimes on things depending on when you bought it. Especially sports cards are a great example of that. Like a lot of people got their butts handed to them on sports cards. If you bought anything during the pandemic, you probably lost half your money depending on what it is. James, let go. Congratulations. I think I have only white left. So James, these are yours. You get them white whatnot. These are whatnot socks. I don't know if you can't see them, but I'm wearing a pair here. Let me see if I can show them without show me you're wearing whatnot socks without showing me you're wearing whatnot socks. I don't know if you can see that. Did I mess up? Yeah. So they're kind of like that. I don't know why I just said that weird meme. Let's see. I think a lot of dealers. All right, let me catch up to the chats. I appreciate you guys hanging out here. And let me get my charger going. I enjoy buying from a seller so much more when we can engage. There we go. It makes me feel much more comfortable with my purchase and stuff. I like that. See, a lot of people also like that's another great point that you make there. A lot of people like to support small sellers, or maybe they would rather buy something from somebody that they kind of appreciate, right? And this, to me, when I realized when I was doing the Joe shows and people kept, I stopped doing it for a minute. I was doing like every night, and they're like, "Why are you not live tonight?" And people, this like was a compliment. They were saying we like to just listen to the bullshit. Like, so I always end all my shows with "Thanks for the bids, buys, and BS." I used to say or banter because we would just talk, and people appreciated that. They didn't even buy. So I think a lot of people enjoyed buying from someone like me, who they wanted to. They would rather give my business to me than like a local shop or eBay, someone they don't know. I think that's part of it. And then there's other sellers too. I've seen people be so generous and they'd rather just buy from them. If they're going to buy a handbag, they're going to buy from such and such seller. If they're going to buy Pokemon, I'm going to buy all my Pokemon from this seller. So I think Nick and Stump makes a great point. Bugging out right now. You made your logo with AI. Let's see. All right, cool. I like it. That's awesome. Let's see. I'm here selling collectibles of any kind. If you are looking for something, don't hesitate to ask. Enjoy. I don't know. I read that the wrong way, but awesome. Art of War says basically whatnot. Here we go. Is having sellers directly support buyers. I did see that, but I thought it was like a beta program or something. I don't know if they're officially doing that. Art of War. I did see that. I shouldn't say that. I thought I didn't realize that's what you were referring to. Let me do another giveaway. It's a small giveaway here. It's just for a sticker, but maybe I'll see if there's anything else I can throw in there for you. But it's still fun to get a. Who doesn't want a whatnot sticker? I want to keep one. White it is. You, you got it, James. Let go. Let's see. I'm catching up to the chat still. Whatnot still handle cases you are appealed by buyer or yourself. Socks on carpet. Oh yeah, and no static electricity yet. Compounding sales, getting top dollar for an item. You can roll 100 and 300 in a month here. I see what you see your point there. Art, you're just saying just keep moving, keep selling, use that money to get more product, right? Hold on one second. We got only 11 to give you. It does. It does look so fun. I feel like reselling is definitely not being serious. Beta, yes, but personally don't like it. Socks would never fit you. I don't know about that thing, the direct thing. I don't. There's got to be some incentive to do that. I would think, unless I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, I have. I guess I've had things where I want to engage with the seller, but for the most part, just get it right on your end. But we talked about showing the product, having good product, and you don't have to worry about this customer service related issues, unless of course it's something like like USPS or something like that, like messing up. That's a different story. So I'd like to understand what types of cases you would be receiving as those tickets. I don't think that's probably not going to go over very well. I don't think for sellers to handle those types of things, but it does make sense. I think they should only really contact you as the seller if it's a case they can't like resolve. It's meant to hold sellers accountable for their products. Ah, well that sounds good, Jen's Multiverse. It should be. I was in that regard. I get that. Refunds are still not allowed. Problem with the fraudulent refund requests. Yeah, it's it's a whole very complicated thing because it all starts off with you need integrity from both sides. That's the tough part. So if you're dealing, it's a small percentage of people, I guess, that are going to try to take advantage of things, right? Whether it's a seller or a buyer that's not a good person either, right? They should have done that to begin with. People wanting Whatnot to handle their customer service isn't as a business owner. Yeah, that's a good point. I think we've gotten used to that. It is nice having them handle everything. So there may be things that have happened I don't even know that they've handled for my orders. I don't even know about, right? So I feel like that's something they should definitely because if they're able to handle a lot of cases for certain sellers, I hope that they're doing something about that on the back end because then that's not a good seller for them to have on their platform anyway. The buyers hate you, not Whatnot. It's not your fault. Yeah. Instead of them going to Whatnot and Whatnot dealing with the seller's customer service, now it'll go directly to the seller. So is that an official thing, Jen? Guys, give Jen's multiverse a follow while you're here. And we're back, hopefully. If this again is something with bad sellers creating problems again, it just really stinks. It really sucks. Like for the Joe Bros know that like one of the biggest things I used to do in here were duck races, and some congrats, and some will get a little GI Joe stuff plus a sticker. There you go. I think we have a couple more gibbies left. It's a great topic. I definitely want to do more of these Q&A shows when we talk about this kind of stuff. Duck races were so much fun. Oh, Tiggs remembers the duck races, or did you do them? I guess in another way, and not in my stream. You just mean in general, um, because no one, I didn't think, and I could be wrong. No one felt like they were being ripped off or anything like that. 100 or 10% fee reduction topic. Man, Art of War, you do these right? You should be doing 10% fee reduction topic. Was that the one where there's like a seller with people? You have to sell a certain amount. Wait, tell me about what's that? Tell me about that. I'm not gonna act like I know what I'm talking about on that. That's a tough one. I guess I need to open my emails. That's what recently I thought you said that. I mean, I think that's a great idea. 50K in 3 months plus requirements. What if you get to like 49,999? Or I guess they'll make an exception. I played them in the Funko mystery boxes. Yes. Tiggs, duck races were fun as long as everybody knows what they're getting. 7.2% instead of 8%. I mean, anything to motivate, it's smart. Anything they can do to motivate sellers to sell more and get more fees, and at the same time reward them with lower fees. I'm on board with. In the beginning, they had, let's see, every 50K saves like 4K. That's awesome, Art of War. Wow, that's a big deal. Um, but I mean, in the beginning, they did some amazing things to get things going. I remember one of the things they did was if you sold, I think they did if you got to like 20,000 in a month, they did no fees. something like that. It was something like that. I could be wrong, or over 10, whatever it was, and that was super motivating. I was just selling everything I could sell to make sure I hit the number. Um, because of that. They took away tickets, duck races, gumball machines, and more. I know they had to because the problem is, Tiggs, is that there's too many scumbags like taking advantage of that and then giving people like not getting their money's worth on the floor. Like it's when you go to those kind of games, you have to understand shady sellers. I don't go on enough to see, but I just hear all the stories, and reselling is always telling me. And if you subscribe to the Reddit feed for Whatnot, you may not want to do that. It's really bad seeing some of the stuff that you see on there. Um, hold on, let's see. Got to sell 50,000 in 90 days plus a bunch of requirements to be qualified. I got to read it on that one. It's our elite seller discount program. So once you do that, you get over that hump. So that even if you don't sell that type of average in the next 90 days, it's okay because that would be crazy. That'd be really good. That'd be worth just the investment to get good product for that amount of time. It'd be a lot of. It's like an investment, really. The entire app was turning into a carnival with those games. True reselling. I guess that's why. Oh no, you still have to keep it. Bear Brick and Funko is always a carnival. Yeah, there's certain categories, I guess, where it's just more charlatans than others. Reviewed every month for past. Oh, there you go, Jen. Thank you. With that, thoughts on having detailed listings required? Detailed. So that's going to be tough. Detailed listings because a lot of the bigger sellers that sell that much, like they just do everything off like a storage unit seller can't do that. Like they're literally just unboxing or like I'll use Corey Mannix as an example here. He just puts in one item, or I mean, I do that too, but he's a good example because he sells a lot and he has no choice, but he just loads up. He doesn't load the store if he can't because he doesn't have the product most of the time with him, and he's going to and showing up at someone's you know storage unit or house to sell for them. So he's just going to put like 50 random item or whatever 500 random items, right? Only pops if you try to quick add. I have seen the warning on that, but I didn't know that was any kind of penalty or anything like that. If you guys said it's a penalty or not a penalty, you don't get like the bonus. It says this will hurt you. Wait, I don't remember seeing that. I have to read that again. Hold on, let me see if I can see it now. Let's see, add, create temporary listing. It says quickly add a listing that will expire when your show ends, and then it says they harm your premier shop status. You know what this is probably referring to? Hold on. I wonder if that is that only referring to like your actual shop, not a live show, right? Like it's referring to when you're selling, if I'm understanding you guys correctly. Like when you just use their shop, not like during a live show. The 10%. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, so it's different during a live stream, right? Versus putting stuff in your shop. Everything you can't. Wow, you can't qualify with quick listings for the premier shop programs. Wow, that's. I mean, I agree with you guys about the clear pictures. Let's see, lives as well. Thanks, Reworkers Passion. All right, I should have probably caught up on all these emails. That's the name of the program. Yeah, it's tough because some people don't have the option. They don't have the luxury of doing that. Is that agreed? Now, like a shoe seller should be doing that, right? They should. Have you heard this viral song? Which everyone's gonna laugh at me for playing, but my daughters love it. Let's see. That's the name of the program. Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. I want to do more research into that, and I think some people won't be able to do that. They literally can't do that. A streamer telling chat if they're not following such and such, they won't. Ooh, they won't get the Gibby shown. I thought that's more tongue in cheek. Is that for real though, Tiggs? Michelle, my bell. Oh, I've sung to you before, right? Michelle, my bell. You got the sticker. Thanks, Michelle, my bell. This is who makes the socks, by the way. May as well give them a shout out. I can't pronounce this. It's Hey, this song is called APT. And then, why would you put the name Cry in your? I don't think that's a good name for a company. Cry? Apcry? We're missing some vowels here. Not a good choice. I don't think. But the socks are awesome. However, I believe large sellers receive a further reduced percent regardless. Thanks, Michelle. Not give the socks off my feet. Let's see. The full name is on the package. Oh, really? It just says apre, right? Oh, apothecary. Jesus Christ. I even said apothecary before. We were joking about where you get your where people get their THC, their weed, and I said, did they get it at the apothecary? It can be a joke tease. Okay, here we go. The phone, the actual does it, then it's against policy. Yeah, yeah. Jen said it right again. Apothecary. That's so funny. Then what is this about? What do we need this for? Damn. I'm like, I guess once you get over to you just miss out on these kind of things. Let's see. I have okay. Reworkers Passion. I gave away socks Tuesday during your show. Oh, nice. A Workers Passion. Are you part of the little community thing? Hold on. Check out a Reworkers Passion. I like to shout sellers out too, guys. It's all that's something you should. I've been doing since before people were doing it as like a thing or whatever. Before there was all these like sponsorships and shit. Handcrafted, creative, specializing in soap, skincare, candles, jewelry, crochet, dye, tie dye, reworked, upcycled projects. Join me. Uh, let's see. Seller support Q&A chats. There we go. Motivation and positivity. Oh, I'll check yours out. A Reworkers Passion. I feel like maybe I've tuned in before. I'm gonna follow you back. It's hard to remember anymore. There used to be not as many sellers on here. Now it's like, oh, I got 5 on it. Handmade. I got 5 on it today at 5:25. Check her out. Nice. What's it called? Thumbnail here. A Reworkers Passion. I'm gonna bookmark that too. Let's get her some more bookmarks. And thank you, Reworkers Passion. Hold on, let me get back out here. There we go. I'm very aloof. What was taken personal? What I say? Oh, knows none of us. On the Facebook group. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know. I forget everything these days. 3 kids. Let's just. I think I don't. Do I need to say anything else? Does that explain it all right there in one 2 words? DMC says no. I remember DMC, but I remember all the people in the chat. Let's see. Not at all, just a tease. Thank you. Yeah, it's all good, guys. I need to spend more time in streams and all that sort of thing. I think I missed out on that Jen's Multiverse. I didn't network enough and connect in the community at all in the first. Whoa, I have 10 kids. All adult. Wow, wow. I could learn something from you. But I feel like a lot of the people that have had success on here have done a great job of networking, connecting, and all that. And I certainly did not do that, especially in the beginning. I would still shout people out, but once I did my show and I did my stream, I just didn't have time to go on and do anything else. Blazendary show last night. What was great? I mean, I think he's a great streamer. I don't understand the how some sellers do the crazy sudden deaths because I feel like they'll get less money for a lot of this stuff. And I understand there's like a strategy to that maybe, but I saw a guy selling T-shirts the other day, and he was doing like 3 cent sudden death, and the T-shirt type of T-shirts he was selling, the type of people that are buying them, like myself, it was a Grateful Dead T-shirt, are not going to sit there like with 3 seconds and type in the custom did fast enough. He did a Ghostbusters skit. It was great. Oh, it'd be fun to rewatch that. That's cool. I don't have any sneakers. I know Blazendary definitely has sneakers. I mean, there's no shortage of sneakers on this app. That's for sure. I don't. Do we trust sneakers? Do we trust all the sneaker selling? The people are fast bidders. I don't know how they do it, or why you do 3 seconds. I'm sure there's great sneaker sellers on here, but I feel like every time I read something bad, it's about a luxury seller or a sneaker seller. Um, with fake stuff, and maybe they don't know they have fake stuff. I don't even know. That's the FOMO: short time, no time to comp. True reselling, I get it, but why not do 10 seconds instead of 3? Like 3 seconds is not enough time to even type. I mean, for most people, I would think. If you like scratch an itch, you miss out. Just saying. Not fun if 10 seconds. 10 seconds. I don't get it. This guy lost so much money on those T-shirts. Even if they were like, they were fake, cheap T-shirts. There's no way he made any money on these T-shirts. It made no sense. And if he had let the sudden death go for like 5 more seconds, he would have probably made double the money. It's an entertainment app, sure, but at the same time, I mean, look, Blazendary definitely knows what he's doing. That's his thing, and it works for him. It doesn't work for everybody, obviously. No cancellations. Oof. See, there's stuff I don't even know about then reselling. Yeah, certain those sellers could not handle that type of customer service. Give you a chance to think, right? You're saying that's the problem. I see what you're saying. What was he saying? Let's see. No cancel. Yeah, that's another topic I always talk about cancellations. I never understand why people don't allow cancellations. Like, especially if there's a misunderstanding or something. Now, if it's like an egregious cancellation that makes sense, or a mystery show cancellation, like absolutely you can't like cancel a mystery show. But if it's something where I showed a GI Joe figure and I didn't realize that he had like, an elbow crack, and I didn't talk about that, and like, can I just cancel? Of course you can cancel. I'll just sell it next time. If I didn't explain the product right or whatever, take the cancellation. There's no reason not to, and you retain that customer. Simply smart shopping. Congratulations. I think you won twice now. Boom. We got another one. I think I have one more. I could add another one. Thanks for sharing the live stream. I know that's probably a controversial thing about the cancellations, but most of the time there's no reason not to accept the cancellation. The thing I hate the most is when the streamer is yelling to bid it up. I leave that room. Yeah, Tiggs. There's definitely I've heard that a lot, and it's definitely a turnoff for most buyers. I would think almost probably all buyers. Let's see. Sometimes I say it like tongue in cheek. I'll say that, but I get it. There's a lot of stress and you're trying to get people's attention. So what I usually do to get people's attention to bid that the clock's about to run out, and it's another reason I don't understand why they don't give enough time, is I will literally, and I don't understand why a lot of sellers don't do this. I literally say how much time is left on the clock. As dumb as that sounds, I don't see enough sellers doing that. Like giving a countdown, just like a going once, going twice. Like, guys, 5 seconds. I don't think there's any reason not to do that. The ones that, let's see, they get mad when their dollars. Yeah, dollar starts is another topic we could go on and on about. That reminds me. Let's see what Art of War says. If someone requests a refund for a broken thing, you can deny them, but they can appeal and drag it out to provide a photo. I mean, if they want a refund for a broken item, they should be required to send proof and a picture and all that, right? Art of War, how would you not do that? That's kind of obvious. Um, what I would say as a seller, why I want that, first of all, not accusing them of saying they're lying, but let's see, send me a picture of the package. I want to see what happened. Why is it broken? I don't get enough people for dollar starts. Exactly, Tiggs. If you don't have enough people for dollar starts, there's no point. Seller's required to send a photo package. The seller is? You mean the buyer? Not often enough custom word burning. I've done like 22 of them in the last like year plus. So what's that equal to? Like once a month, maybe? Not or a couple times a month, maybe. A lot of them are on my YouTube. I would love if you guys subscribe to my small YouTube channel. It's under Springer Collectibles also, and I think there's some really great content there. If you guys check out the previous shows that I've done, always good engagement with chat. So you can see all the previous ones on YouTube. They were on here. I do multicast, absolutely. I feel like it's a no-brainer. If you have a YouTube channel and you're not multicasting, why not? It can only help you. Even if you have a tiny YouTube channel, why not multicast? It makes no sense not to multicast because it's easy. All you do is click the button and you connect the API or whatever, like say yes, put in your channel, and that's it. Oh, Android has an Alfred. Oh man, that stinks. Hold on. You only get people for a dollar starts if you do dollar starts. Art, I hear you, but I think what Tiggs is saying is that there's not enough. I don't know what Tig. I forget what Tig sells, but if there's not enough people in the room that will bid, it could be it's not really a good business decision to do dollar starts, right? Now it's one thing if you're doing like cards or something like that and you're doing dollar starts on that, but maybe if I'm doing like you lose money short term. Well, so Art of War strategy though for dollar starts also is gaining followers, but also if you want to hit the 1,000 order threshold, so you can get paid right away. That's what his strategy, and it worked really well. It was so smart because that's really important to be able to get paid immediately. Uh, growing followers. Sorry, guys. So he's doing all the right things. But I think what Tiggs is saying about dollar starts, if you don't have the audience for it, you could really lose money, and there's no your time's so valuable to put something up that's maybe worth $50 that you'd be happy getting 25 with, but you start at $1 and get $1 for. What's the point of that? You may not have that type of collector in the show. Like I'll give a good example. Like I was selling you know was it photos, like old photos, and there's no ephemera people in the chat, then it's stupid. Like I could put up a whole box of celluloids from the 30s for $1, probably get no bids. Maybe one person buys it for $1, but if I wait to that ephemera collector, they're going to pay me $100 for it. That's what I think Tiggs means. Lose money short term. Let's see. Super niche items, totally different from most categories. Yeah, it all depends on what you're selling. I mean, maybe that's obvious, but I think the dollar start gets too much hype, like it's like something special. It's not that great. You need 1,000 sales. I'm sorry, just Christ, 1,000 sales in order to get paid. The followers don't matter. It's the sales. They want to see that you're an established seller. I was actually I remember being part of that pilot when they first did that, and it shocked me when I was able to collect the money. The money was in my account the next day. I was like, "What is this amazingness?" All of a sudden, the money was there, and I go, "Oh, you know you're a trusted seller on here. You've been delivering for X amount of time, and we're doing this new thing." And I was like, "Holy shit!" That was the biggest game changer, just to be able to finish a show and uh, you know bank the money right after that. You just congrats DMC, that's amazing. Versus the old way. I don't even remember how it used to be, but why would you want to lose money because other sellers on here have decided to lose money? Makes no sense. I think again, Art of War is saying as a way to it's a long tail is what Art of War is saying. Correct me if I'm wrong, Art of War. You're saying like put that investment now by losing the money or by, you know, it's a strategy. Getting more followers. People come to your shows. They know you do dollar starts. I know that and I always use Corey X Man X as an example because he's talked about this a lot and he has good stories about this. But he did say that in his streams when he started doing $1 and letting it run, he started to gain more followers. So it's tough. Customer acquisition. There you go. That's a simple way of saying it. It's really easy to say that in hindsight, right? And while it's happening, it can really hurt. So you need to find the right items that you could sell for $1 that wouldn't be as big of a deal. Like maybe like someone has a storage unit. That's a good thing to do $1 items on because maybe you didn't put maybe you that's what you ended up paying for the entire storage unit. $1 an item on average. So if that's the case, versus you got to know what you have into it, and it's got to be a personal decision. And maybe you'll start building followers with that. Maybe people like that. So and now most expect $1. Really, interesting takes. I guess it depends on the kind of stream that you're doing for that. And there's nothing worse though as a seller than selling at $1. Honestly, I think that Whatnot. It would be nice if they would create something where if you sell something, let me do another giveaway. I don't have any giveaways in here. Hold on. Let me add a giveaway. If they would create something, if you do sell something for $1, they wouldn't take the 30 cents because it's kind of demoralizing to pretty much lose money on an order. You know what I mean? Maybe that's not that big of a deal, but let's see. Create a temporary listing, not a quality one. Create temporary listing. We're just going to do another sticker. I'm just going to put Givey. I don't know what it's going to be because maybe if I do more, then I'll do something else. All right, Givey. Let's add a couple more. I do have to go soon. I just realized what time it is, but we're going to stay on for a little bit as long as we're talking about cool stuff and it's helping you guys. I'd love to hear any questions though, or I'd love to hear from new sellers that maybe you're apprehensive or maybe you're nervous. That's always fun stuff for me to answer, at least like the nervous one. There we go. All right, where was I? How many times I've heard sellers cry and complain who sell $1 starts is daily. I mean, if you're gonna take the chance of doing something like that, then you have to reap the what's going to happen. Just like a mystery show, if your big stuff gets hit early, that's just the way it is, and you can't do anything about it. If you're taking a risk. Also, I think buyers don't realize that unless it's a manipulated show, which sadly I guess that still happens. As a seller, if you're doing a mystery show, you definitely and you're not selling out first, then you could risk. You definitely could risk losing money. I mean, we are. Let's be honest. People talk about community and all that. It's important, but at the same time, this is a business for most people selling on here. So you have to take it seriously. And nobody wants to lose money when they go on here. Their time is so valuable. The house always wins. I don't know about that. I think it's a lot of luck though too. Unless you're talking about Whatnot being the house, and that makes more sense. Because I mean, Whatnot, what a great platform they've set up for buyers. They've given people, opportunities to make more income, side income, new businesses, grow their businesses. Um, it's a complicated answer, custom wood burning. I'd say it is and it isn't, but mostly it is. It's kind of a work in progress. My journey has been really strange because I was an entrepreneur right out of college. So we started a couple companies with my friend, and so I was basically an executive of a company for 15 years, and right before or right around the pandemic. So like, and we had before once I left, it was like 300 employees, totally different world. I never heard of collectors collecting anything. And then I started selling PPE. So it's all been like a whirlwind of craziness. I opened my own PPE uh, business because I was able to supply people with medical supplies they needed during the pandemic. And then I discovered this app. So it's a weird thing. So right now, yes, but I do have like other side things going as well. But I do want this to be full time, where I would grow and get other streamers. And I have like part time shippers, and that's about it. But Yeah, I've sold about 30,000 items on the app. I love reselling, and it's definitely something that I want to grow more. But it is primarily my main thing, custom wood burning. Let's see, hold on. Custom wood burning. Look at your profile. Combining art with utility. Ooh, that's some cool stuff. Probably. Let's see. Tuesday handmade chats, monthly handmade trains, live wood burning by me. Very cool. Follow you back. Custom wood burning. Oh, my music just stopped again. Hold on. Yeah, I can't believe this platform exists. Like I think I'm so like grateful to be on here and grateful like when we first started selling, it was a wait list of 5,000 sellers, and I just knew immediately this type of platform is just unbelievable. I didn't expect it to turn into what it turned into, which I'm happy about. I think it's incredible. um, Multiple platforms. I've sold on eBay for 20 some years, kind of as a just a hobby, just as on the side. I definitely took it more seriously over the last few years, but I've kind of scaled back because I'd rather sell in here. But those are the only platforms I mainly use, other than maybe like Facebook groups for like sports cards. If like, that's something I could not get what I want on here for, like let's say a high end sports card, then we'll go on like a Facebook group and sell it there. Like I sold a Michael Jordan rookie on there, which I never could. I don't think I could ever sold that on here or even on eBay. It's a lot of work to be full time, worth it though, and fun to start a war. Love the wheel games um, in your shows. So thank you. If you don't buy a slot, stay for the conversation, the outcome. Thank you, and some. Well said. Exactly. That was one of the things that w- allowed me to grow the channel initially when I first started on here. Was exactly what you said because most of my audience was people that were like, around my age, Gen Xers, so the references I would make were fun. It was like just a friendly conversation, and I treated it more like a podcast or a radio show then, and people knew to tune in. Like I was consistent. Also, that's what everyone always talks about. I did all these things kind of naturally without getting any advice. I consistently did a show every night at 10 p.m. for like ever for like a year or something. I don't even know. It felt like forever. And people knew to tune in. They knew what to expect. They knew my shtick. I always did the same opening, the same closing, different topics and things like that. But I think people started to tune in just to listen in the background, like while they would like, you know, clean their, fold their laundry, and they would just listen and not even bid, which is a huge compliment. And I wanted to bring that to the other categories, and that's been way harder to do. I think some other people have connected very well with the general audience, and they've grown their channels. I'm just being real here, being honest. And I don't think I've done that yet because I don't have during my other shows, I don't have 100, 200, 300 people in the shows. And I'm also trying to figure that out myself, guys, to be honest, how to get to that point. Dog Mom 66, congratulations. I had it with the Joe, with the Joe shows. I had that loyal following, and actually, if not for the Joe guys, they've helped me so much. Like they come into my other streams and buy other things, or just they're just there to support also. So um, that like baseline, what are we gonna call it, like foundation that I set with everybody else. Um, oh, sweet. Oh, that's amazing, Dog Mom. Congratulations and thank you. Let us know what your husband sells and what his channel is. You may as well shout him out. We'll see what another give. This giveaway will be whatever you collect will make you a little collector's goodie bag. So congratulations. All right, let's see. Reselling. Are you going live anytime soon? Reselling everything, but they've been super supportive. Like the guys that would always come to my streams, like reselling, for example, always comes in. That's why I need to get rewards up because just showing up to the streams, you get rewarded. I try to do that as I sold at least 12 categories. Customers just stay in a few categories instead of searching. Yeah, there's also been such an expansion of categories. There's so many sellers to choose from, and it's so easy to just scroll too. So you really do need to connect with your community, with your audience. And I feel like some people are really good at that. Um, it's not to say that if you don't, you have to be. Um, oh, here we go. Follow G Man Pirates fan, vintage baseball. Oh, awesome. G Man Pirates fan. Um, you don't have to. People say, oh, you have to have a big personality. I don't think you need it. I think you also just need a really good. You need good inventory first of all. Inventory and consistency. I think those are important to build that consistency for sure. Like if people can count on you being live every day. They were expanding, then took away categories. Yeah, that's true. My daughter's an artist and was thinking of selling on handmade too. I didn't even know about the handmade category. That sounds like an amazing category though. That's like live Etsy basically. I think anyone that's an artist that has talent that has something people want to buy, and she can make it and sell it on here and talk about how she makes it. is a no-brainer. And they give her the opportunity to sell part-time on here too, if it's not something she wants to do full-time. But anyone that's talented that can create something like that, heck yeah, she should go on here. Um, Algorithm is important to understand. Art of War, you're right. Let's see. Art of War, you should do a show on talking about the algorithm. You got any Q&As coming up? Let's see. Consistency and authenticity beat high energy. I like that custom wood burning. I agree with you. I do agree with you. I think there is something to having to be engaging and stuff like that. But I agree. There's a lot of great sellers on here that aren't like that. Some lead with products, some lead with inventory, some connect to their audience really well, which is what I was talking about with with more of a niche kind of audience, though, if you think about it, you know. Um, Whereas like some other sellers, maybe there's like an aspect of like Disney, for example. I feel like there's like a lot of loyalty in certain categories. Does that make sense? Let's see. I've been selling my handmade here for almost 3 years. Wow. Full time creative on and off the app. That's amazing. Reworker's passion. What do you create? Um, what kind of custom stuff do you create? Reworker's passion. Oh, yeah. Soap, skincare, candles, jewelry, crochet, tie dye. Very cool. Reworked, upcycled projects. Very cool. 5-star seller, guys. A Reworker's passion. And A Reworker's passion also does Q&As, to make sure that you follow her as well. We got 2 minutes for this giveaway, and I just realized I need to eat lunch soon. But any other, give me for the next couple minutes, guys. Actually, let me know, who can I raid right now. Who'd be a show that I could raid? Are there any other community shows I should raid? Art of War says, I discuss it all the time. I think it's very important to understand for sure. Knowing how buyers and sellers connect is an advantage. All right, Art of War. I have a YouTube and active on social media also. Yeah, that definitely helps. And Reworkers, I imagine if you have an iPhone, you're also doing the simulcasting, right? For the it's like a cheat code. Really, Art of War. Can you give us one thing, Art of War, that you think everyone should know about, referencing what you're saying about the cheat code? I think that'd be important. My computer just went off, by the way. Always have a battery backup, which I do not have right now. Love to hear one, Art. We got 1 minute for the gibby. If you win this one, I don't think I have more stickers left. So tell me. Oh, I do. I got one more. I was gonna say, let me know what you collect, but we'll do one more sticker on this one. You can let me know what you collect too. Guys, make sure you're following. If you can do me a favor, check out the YouTube, Springer Collectibles YouTube, because you can find the other 21 shows or whatever it is that are on there that that talks about certain topics about shipping, about selling, everything you can think of in those shows. And then all the shows are some you. Okay, that's a simple one. Wait, so buyer, it's 17 seconds. Hold on, buyer buys in here. So you're saying that because we're friends and they buy from me, then they'll be recommended. Hold on, because that's awesome. Okay, that's one to think about right there. Bugging out right now. Congrats. I don't blend whatnot with my YouTube too. Oh, I got you. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, thank you so much, guys. Who can I? Twisted Tate, welcome back, buddy. Shimmy Shack, welcome. We're just finishing up. You can basically manipulate the algorithm in a positive way. So, Art of War, is it almost like you would just follow people that, like everyone? That just means keep following people, then, right? Because you're saying you could just pop into different shows, follow, 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 and then you go live the next day. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Interact with people. Algorithms aren't what people think they are. An algorithm is like a child who assumes because you like. Okay, not just follow. All right, I gotta hear more about this. Maybe you're saying it's. I could just look it up, and I'll just look it up after this. I'm gonna become an expert like you on the algorithm, because I think that's a super important thing to talk about that I'm definitely not talking about enough. So, all right, guys, I am gonna get going. I appreciate everybody hanging out. Congrats to all the winners. There's a lot of winners today. They changed the article. We can discuss it another day. All right, Art. I appreciate you, buddy. Emojis and chat algorithm. Yeah, I think any kind of chat engagement is supposed to help. Um, that's true. Hey, thanks, Ensub. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, guys. All right, guys. I'm John. Thanks for the no bids and buys, but thanks for the BS and thanks for just being here, guys, and just giving me your time. Nice to meet you guys, and I'll look for your show too, Reworkers Passion. Thanks reselling. Thanks everybody. All right, guys. I'm John. Spirit Collectibles. See ya. Hold on. Oh wait, how can I share my? Hold on. Custom. Share your chat. Share your next chat to Facebook. Hold on. Wait, what's that mean? I didn't sign off yet. I was trying to find a show to raid. Can you download these chats? I always wonder about that. You can't do that, right? Oh, maybe on YouTube. Got it. Or this link. I got you. The next comment. I got you. Yeah, yeah. I think that's what you mean. Yes, I think Kenny is to ask us what we're doing. Yeah, I need to do that. You're right. I haven't planned it yet. Thanks for the reminder. All right, thanks, Custom. There's 97 different whatnot groups. I think Custom Word Burn is talking about the Select Community Chat, but send me a DM. I'd appreciate it, Custom Wood Burning. All right, guys. Have a great day. See you.